This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and this is Floyd, complete. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown, because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
You're set. 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 31.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Alert.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Check. Inside. X3. 218.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack, I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
What we got? Hey, Mike's 42. No timeout.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's caught by Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now Hundley. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 48-yard line.
Here we go. 3, Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing Hundley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
318. Get 300. Get 300.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Floyd. call it a gain of 13 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal. Rodgers again now. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
42 is the mark.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
64,
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. Third and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On the return, it's White. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Second and 8 at the 45-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick throw here caught by Gabriel. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
This one into the hands of Burton. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
That's it, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Right now, you got 58. Switch. Over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Completes it to Lee. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. Rodgers to throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. White now to return. He'll They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Eagles out in front early. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Hundley now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a 1st down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and it's now 13-7. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
13 yards, 1st down, Packers. On 1st down, Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, check. Lucky.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hundley. That's complete right side to Gabriel. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He'll buy some time right, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hundley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for Chicago. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
They'll drop to throw. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Mike 42. Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Check 31, check this, ball. Get him on.
They're going to look to throw, and he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. To Pittsburgh. Set. Come on. Trump. 42, right.
2nd and 13. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, you block over here. Watch out. Topper.
Throwing is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina, and the Eagles have scored again now to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hundley. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Give him 30 yards there. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Check him. They got let's go. Come on. They still playing soft. Hey, y'all playing the wrong play.
Now Hundley. And this is Gabriel on the catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hundley, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing Hundley. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hundley. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is Incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing again. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rodgers to throw once more. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 45. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe...
And he will fight his way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. Gostkowski with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Out 26.
On second down and 4. Rodgers being chased out. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were they're chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
Check. 42's the mic. Rip right, rip right. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Get along, rest. Mike 42.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 16, Hundley throwing right, and that's complete. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football. So it's first and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time, but you got to score here first. Quick throw here caught by Gabriel. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. On second down, it's Montgomery trying to run inside, but nothing there. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers completes it to Lee. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, you block over here. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Go.
Back to throw, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Floyd. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Jump out! 55, hey, exit.
To throw is Rodgers. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.